Hello everyone, Chocolo Roberto here for another video review. This time we have, I'll take it back a bit, Cadbury Heroes. Used to be miniature heroes, but now they've just called them heroes. Basically it's a selection of, I guess, a dream team of Cadbury's chocolates, which is arguable really. I would say this definitely isn't a dream team of Cadbury's chocolate. There's definitely some ones I'd rather weren't in this selection and ones I'd rather were, but we'll come to that in a bit. So I've had these before. But yes, nice set. Basically we have Cadbury's Eclair, Cadbury's Fudge, Cadbury's Wispa, Cadbury's Dairy Milk, Cadbury's Caramel, Cadbury's Twirl, and Cadbury's, what's it called? Twisted. Cadbury's Cream Egg Twisted. So that's, so Eclair, Fudge, Wispa, Dairy Milk, Caramel, Twirl, and Cream Egg Twisted. Yeah, so basically that's the small and mighty from Cadbury, so that's probably still a throwback to where it was miniature heroes. It's on the back as well, they've kind of got a good little bit of packaging there, makes them out to be superheroes. Yeah, it's not too bad. So quite nice wrapper, of course, nice packaging. Suitable for vegetarians, this, that and the other. Let's see. An assortment of milk chocolates and toffees. There we go. So this is 333 grams, including wrappers. 323 without. Basically per 100 grams it's 475 calories. So basically it's 3 times that and a third, isn't it really, roughly? Or a quarter maybe actually. I'm assuming that's not without wrappers. So that's about, so yeah, right, okay. So it's 950, 1,525 I think, plus a quarter of that. There's about 1,525 plus 1 quarter, roughly 1,600 and around 1,650 calories for the whole thing. Roughly, I think that's roughly it. Fat per 100 grams is 22 grams. So again, 3 times that's 66 plus a quarter, 624. 66 plus around 6. So it's around 72 grams of fat. The saturates is 13 per 100 grams, so again 3 times that, 39. Plus a quarter of 13 for each 12, 3, 6, 9, 12. So add roughly 3 grams onto that, so about 42 grams of saturated fat for the whole thing. So there we go. Yes. So it does give actually quite nice descriptions again in the hero format of each one at the side. So what I'll do is I'll open it and then we'll discuss the individual ones. Okay, let's see what the distribution is. So it's not opened amazingly well. It looks quite nice when it's opened. Get like a little open and shut affair. Not too bad. Let's pour them out. So we've got like the wrappers, crikey, quite a lot here. Got wrappers similar to that of Cadbury's Roses, these kind of flow wrappers they're called, I think. Yes, we've got quite a lot here actually, or at least it looks a lot. Okay, so let's see what the distribution is, shall we? Just divide them up a bit. I will bring them back on screen in a minute. I'm just separating them out. So I've got quite a fair few. There's definitely some more than others, I think, here. It's, wow, definitely. 2 twirls. That's terrible. Okay, so we've got a lot of these. I mean, well, okay, spoiler, these, you know, I don't like those at all. They shouldn't be in here, and then they've got more of them. It's typical, really. They are smaller, I guess, but okay. So we've got so I think that, you know, we've got 5 fudges, 4 dairy milks, 5 Wispas, and we've got 6 Twisteds and 4 caramels and 2 twirls, which is atrocious, and these are one of my favourites in here. We've got tons of these. So 4, 6, they also want 8. and 9 of them. So it's ridiculous. Like 2 twirls, 9 of those. 4 of some others. I think it's 4 dairy milks and 4 caramels, and then 6 of the twisteds. It's a bit silly. This, they were a bit like this with the Quality Street Cadburys as well. They need to sort that out, to be honest with you. But okay, well, that's a bit disappointing. So especially if you like twirls, I don't know if this is the way it would be all the time, but they're definitely, just seem a bit crazy. Okay, so I'll put all but one back of each, just so we can see where we are. Yeah, it's a bit disappointing there. As I say, I'm really, to have 2 twirls in the whole box is ridiculous. It's literally ridiculous that. But the twisted egg ones as well, 6 of those as opposed to some of the others. Okay, so here we go. So what we'll do is I think we'll start with the Eclair one. Go on, I'm not a fan of this, I have to say, but we never know. So look, so this one's chewy caramel with a Cadbury milk chocolate centre. I don't know whether to try and cut this, to be honest with you. Sorry, I didn't really show you the wrapper there. Pull them back in. Actually, the one at the bottom. So yes, this is what it looks like. So it's quite a nice wrapper actually, but they look a bit smaller than the others, but they're very chewy these. So you've got 9 of these. You think, oh wow, those are smaller, it's better, but they're not really. But anyway, that's what it actually looks like. Let's give it a cut. A bit tough. Oh God. Okay. Right. So basically it's caramel, so there you can see there. So it's a chewy caramel with a Cadbury milk chocolate centre. So there you go. Okay, so this is very chewy, so it might take about half an hour to chew it. So, but it's not too bad. It looks quite appetising, isn't it? So not too bad. I don't really know why it's. I guess maybe there's a chocolate called an eclair. I keep thinking of a chocolate eclair dessert, which is kind of like a sort of a pastry with chocolate and cream. But yeah. Okay, let's give it a go. There's very much a toffee chewiness, caramel and that, so more of a toffee than a caramel, if that makes sense. It's very chewy, it definitely stays in your mouth for a while. I didn't get much taste of the chocolate, just enough, but not really much of a taste. It's basically just a chewy caramel really with a bit of chocolate. It's a bit like the toffee penny from Quality Street. It's basically that. And that's not my favourite in Quality Street, and it's not really my favourite in this selection either. It's okay. There's really chewy caramel in the rest of them, so I guess it's got its place. But it's quite chewy, just last long time, stuck on my teeth at the moment. It's okay. If you like toffee pennies from Quality Street, you'll love that. Me myself, I would much rather it be a Cadbury's Time Out or something replacing that, which used to be in this selection. Cadbury's Time Out for me, or a Cadbury's Bourneville or something like dark chocolate to make a bit of a difference. I think. Like Eclair, it's just a bit of nothing. It's not even, they don't even, as far as I know, Cadbury's don't really even have these separate, don't sell them. I'll leave it, I'll put it there. So it just has no place in this set. It's just a filler, and I don't know, it didn't used to be in the set. I've no idea why it's in it, and it should just not be in there. So about 2 out of 5 for me, that one. It's okay. It's a chewy caramel. Some people might like that. I like chewy caramels, but just not really that kind of chewy caramel. It's one of the weak ones in this, so. Speaking of one of the weak ones, let's get the twisted out of the way. So this one is spirally chocolate twist bursting with gooey cream. Spirally chocolate twist bursting with gooey cream. It's based on the cream eggs, Cadbury's cream eggs, which is like a chocolate egg actually with a sort of sugar cream centre, which is roughly looks a bit like the centre of an egg, like a sort of yolky looking bit, and the white bit. And they're kind of like a gimmick every year. They bring them out, and they did like a bar of it called the Twisted Bar. And for whatever reason, they've ended up in the Cadbury Heroes selection. And again, I think this is just a bit of a weak bar. Really. The cream eggs are a bit of a novelty, which are quite good to have around Easter, is when they're released. But generally, they're not really that great. And there's ones I'd much rather have in this set. As I say, the timeouts I'd much rather have, or the Bourneville. But there you go, you can see there. So it's roughly egg looking. It's quite a thick layer of chocolate on the bottom. Quite thick on the top. But it's not bad then. As I say, it's kind of like a sort of. Not sure what the design is really. It's like, well, it's twisted, isn't it? So it's just meant to be twists. Okay, let's give it a go. And it's a cream in the middle. It's not like a fondant cream, so it's nice. It's just a bit. It's just okay, if you know what I mean. The chocolate doesn't really taste of Cadbury's chocolate as such. It's not like having a Wispa or something. And the gooiness is okay. It's just a bit sweet. It doesn't really taste that, of anything that special. And I don't know. It doesn't feel like it has the novelty of the cream egg either. So I don't know. It doesn't really work. It's okay. About 3 out of 5. It's all right. As I say, I would much rather they had another Cadbury's chocolate in. As I say, notably the Timeout or a Bourneville or something, a dark chocolate one, or I'm trying to think what else they could have in it. Really, there's all sorts they could have really. Some kind of mini boost one or something, or I don't know. There's plenty of other things they could have really. A Wispa Gold one. I do. They've got that with the caramel. I'm not sure, but I'm sure I just think those are the weaker ones really. Yeah, this one. Let's do the Cadbury's Fudge next. So this one here. Fabulously fudgy centre dipped in delicious Cadbury milk chocolate. So again, this actually has found its way into the Cadbury's Roses selection as well. It's called Country Fudge or something like that, but it's exactly the same. And again, I don't think the fudge is really that great a chocolate bar from Cadbury, so I don't know why it's in these selections at all. So it's a 15p or 20p budget chocolate bar. So you can see it's like just a little block basically. It looks exactly like the one that was from Cadbury's Roses, but then in the middle got like the chewy fudge centre. So this is a lot softer a caramel, I guess. It's not really caramel. It looks like caramel there, but it's more very chewy. But soft at the same time, if that makes sense. So let's give it a go. It basically tastes like fudge, It's got that consistency, so it's a soft, very soft caramel. It requires you to chew, but it doesn't get stuck on your teeth. It's not the same as the Eclair. It's not too bad really, but it's just. I just don't feel it's that, it's one of Cadbury's sort of budget chocolate bars, and I don't know why it's in the selection really. So it's about 3 out of 5. It's nice, but it just shouldn't be in Roses, and it shouldn't be in this selection either really. As I said, there's other Cadbury stuff that's just nicer and would be lovely to see in these selections. As I say, anything really. I mean, I'm not a big fan of, fruit and nuts and things, but they could have a fruit and nut one or something like that. But I'm not, I'm not big. I do prefer the fudge as it happens, but I just think you could have had something a bit more interesting. Anyway, okay. So now I would say we're now on to the elite set of the chocolates of this set. I think these are the ones that are actually nice. As I said, there's only 2 of these twirls, which is disappointing. So I've got the Wispa de Caramel, Dairy Milk, and the Twirl. So let's do the Dairy Milk, because I think this is touted as leader. So the legendary leader, the original Cadbury Dairy Milk chocolate. It's the only one really that's kind of referred to as something like a hero on the back, like saying it's a legendary hero leader. There you go. Basically, it just looks like just got the dairy milk wrapper, purpleness on it. It's got the milk on and I think a chocolate shaped jug of milk. Okay, so this is basically just solid milk chocolate. So again, it does come in the sort of the strange bubble segment that Dairy Milk now come in, I think, which I'm not a massive fan of. It's got the Cadbury's wording on it. Yeah, so yeah, I'll split it in half. I don't think there's much point because it's basically just solid chocolate. But there you go. Yeah, so you can see. So it's just a solid milk chocolate. Right, so let's give it a go. It is very nice. I'm a big fan of Cadbury's dairy milk chocolate. It's very creamy, but not overly so. Has a lovely taste. It's not quite as creamy as Belgian chocolates, you know, but it's but it's nicer. Definitely. Yeah, I think a 4 out of 5 for me there. It's lovely, that. Yes, very nice chocolate there. Also, it's just plain milk chocolate. There's nothing too special about it, but there we go. Okay, so now we have the dairy milk caramel. It used to be called Cadbury's caramel, but now it's dairy milk caramel. Curvy Cadbury dairy milk bite oozing with smooth caramel. So used to have the Cadbury bunny advertising these, but I think they've got rid of that now. You can see like a pot of caramel there in a chocolate pot. So again, quite similar really. Got the Cadbury's bubble segment. Okay, let's give it a chop. Okay. Okay. So there we go. So I think you've got your answer as to what the consistency is like. I'll show you this half. So yeah, so it's very runny caramel. You can probably see better. So you get a quite thick dome with caramel centre, quite a lot of runny caramel, so it's not too bad really. So give it a go. It's nice that. Almost identical to the caramel, the caramels in Roses. I think they're Golden Barrel. I think it's basically the same. It's a bit of a disappointment because I'm sure it shouldn't be the same, but it's very nice. It's quite a bitter caramel. I have to say, but it's very nice. It's lovely. I don't think it's the nicest caramel I've had though. I think a 3.5 out of 5 for me, that one. It is nice, but as I say, the caramel's not quite as... It's a bit too bitter for me. I think there's other caramels I prefer, probably Galaxy Caramel, I think, and stuff like that, but... I'm just trying to think in Cadbury's Roses whether it's the Golden Barrel or not, or whether... There's two caramels. I think there is actually just a Cadbury's Caramel, which is the same one as that in Roses. I think the Golden Barrel is probably a nicer caramel. Okay. This one of my favourite chocolate bars, the Cadbury's Wispa. And you should definitely have the Wispa Gold in this set. Wispa Gold and Time Out, I think, would make me very happy. And perhaps even, if you get rid of the Fudge... Well, in fact, I'll come to it later. Well, this is yeah, Cadbury's Wispa. So this one, this was re-brought back in the other about a year or so ago. Irresistibly velvety, bubbly Cadbury milk chocolate. It really is. I love the typeface in there. Of course. So more of I'm sure it used to be blue, but it's more of a purple now. I'm sure it used to be out, it was blue. It's a bit of an odd shape. It's kind of like ribbed shape. I'm not really sure why it's like that, because the actual chocolate bar of a Wispa isn't. Trying to contaminate it with caramel from the previous thing. Ooh, God. Okay. So there you go, you can see it's very... This basically, the Wispa is an aerated chocolate bar. So you can see it's just all fluffy, velvety bubbles in there. So it's got like a solid chocolate on the outside. Fluffy bubbles on the inside. And really lovely, these. I mean, you know, it's one chocolate bar to have before you die, definitely. Cadbury's Wispa. Let's give it a go. It's just amazing. So silky smooth on the inside. It really is like velvet, you know, and the description says it's velvety. It really is. It's just lovely. It just melts on your tongue, really. Yeah, it's lovely. 5 out of 5 for sure. That was definitely good. So I'd love to see the Wispa Gold in this set. That's lovely. Okay, lastly, but by no means leastly, we have the Cadbury's Twirl. So this one, wonderfully whirly Cadbury milk chocolate. So basically, the Twirl is kind of like it's a bit like Cadbury's Flake, but coated in milk chocolate. Is the gist of it, and it generally comes in 2 fingers in the popper bar. This is like a segment of 1 finger, so you can kind of see the flakiness underneath it. It's just covered in chocolate. So when I cut this, it's probably going to split into a few pieces. Almost did. The top of this one threatened to come off. It's not quite a flake, but it is pretty much a flake on the inside. It's a bit more held together, I think. I'm not sure, but Cadbury's Flake is basically like it's like a chocolate. It's just folded on top of each other, and it all flakes apart. Twirl looks a bit more, like the chocolate's not quite as flaky, but I'm quite sure it roughly is. You can kind of see the flakiness there. Yeah, it's definitely a flake, just with a chocolate coating. So you see them flaking off a bit. You can see there. Oh, it's flaking away. Okay, let's give it a go. It's very nice. It's not quite like the Wispa where it's just velvety, but it has a similar consistency because it's so flaky. Definitely a 4.5, 5 out of 10 I think for that one. It's just really nice. Definitely, it's really lovely. Yeah, really nice. I like that a lot. But yeah, overall, I think overall the set, I mean, I'm probably going to give it a 3.5 out of 5, I think, because it's okay. I just think you've got the Twisted in there, which I just don't think is that great. It doesn't really have Cadbury's chocolate as such. You don't taste of Cadbury's chocolate. The Twisted and the milk, the cream egg centre is a gimmick, and it's nice every year, and the cream egg for Easter, but as a chocolate bar, it's just a bit boring, a bit bland. The Eclairs are just rubbish. I don't associate them with Cadbury's at all. I think they might sell a bag of Eclairs or something, but I've never seen them really. No, I don't think I'd never have them, and they're just a bit rubbish. They don't belong in here at all. There's better Cadbury's products. The Fudge is just too boring and plain. It's a cheap budget Cadbury's bar you buy for 15p or something. For kids. No idea why it's in here. So the main 4 are the middle 4 really. So they should, as I said, they should get Time Out in here. Wispa Gold. I know they've got Cadbury's Caramel, but I think Wispa Gold's different enough. And maybe a Bourneville as well. Bourneville segments. That's what I would have. And I think that'd be far better. Yeah. I just don't understand. You just got in all these sets, there's always deadwood. I don't know why the companies do it. I mean, maybe they just want to clear out some rubbish or something. I don't know, but they end up in these box sets. And also, when you've only got 2 Twirls as well, that's rubbish, that isn't it? So 2 Twirls. I mean, it's a big box. This, So you've got 9 of those Eclairs, 2 Twirls, got 6 Twisteds, which are the same size. There's no excuse there. So yeah. I think a 3.5 out of 5 for me. I think it's just too plain with some of these rubbish ones. They just make it too plain and too boring. You need to have you need to have better chocolates in there. I mean, roses are they do have a fudge in there, and there's kind of some debatables, but they're a bit more exciting. A bit different. These ones are a bit too plain, a bit too much like normal chocolate, really. Which I guess is the point almost. But when it's mundane normal chocolate, Yeah. Okay. Alright, well I hope you enjoyed that review, guys. Let me know what you think. Follow me on Twitter, subscribe, leave a comment. Hope you enjoyed it. Check out my other chocolate selection reviews. I think I've done Roses and Quality Street and Chocolate Orange Sensations, and I'm about to do Celebrations. I've got them ready here. This will be the next one. So yeah, I'll see you in that one as well. Okay, thanks guys. Take care. See you later. Bye.